Hello, hello. Happy Tuesday. Welcome back to Afternoon Drive on Joppa Radio. My name is Drew Moholland. Hope you're all having a good day. It is another beautiful one out there. It is hot. It's officially very hot, and it has been for a few days. Tyler Newfellow in the house producing today. We have John Moynihan joining us. He's kind of a regular. He hasn't been on in a little while, but you know him down there from the theater, and he did some writing with the Globe and all that stuff. He's got a bunch of events going on, too. So John Moynihan joining us here in just a little bit. Let's see, what is going on in the news today? What did I take down as my notes? Did you hear, well, obviously you heard, it's been everywhere, the whole President Trump controversy here with the four congresswomen known as the Squad. One of them, our own Massachusetts Ayanna Pressley. The back and forth continues. President Trump doubled down yesterday and saying they should go back to where they came from. Not usually something that you hear from the President of the United States, but yes, it's been interesting. Both sides of the aisle pretty quick to condemn that kind of talk. I know Charlie Baker here, our governor in Massachusetts, a Republican. Not exactly a conservative darling, but he is a Republican nonetheless. Was very critical, as was Mitt Romney. Not quite as critical, but certainly didn't condone the language. And a lot of Republicans coming out saying that's unacceptable. And the House is out there today looking at it, trying to deem the comments as racism, trying to make a vote on that in the House. So kind of an ugly situation there. Always a local angle, too, isn't there, when you talk about Massachusetts Congresswoman Ayanna Pressley? It seems like everything, whether it be almost any story you look at, you can find some sort of Massachusetts angle. It's a hub of news here in the Boston area. What else is going on? On a lighter note, did you hear this? The Connecticut officials are investigating a report that an alligator was spotted in a lake in East Lyme. That is Connecticut, folks. An alligator, like a legit one, a big one. Somebody thinks they saw one, which is possible. I know when I was in college, I had not me, one of my crazy roommates on the second floor, but we lived with 12 guys total. I was one of 11 in college in Providence. And one day, I was on the third floor, thankfully. I'm not sure how I would have done on the second floor, but one day a guy on the second floor came home with like a pet alligator, which I'm not even sure is legal now that I think about it. It must have been. I think he got it at a pet store. But yeah, came home with like a little alligator, would bring it out, would watch TV with it. Not the best way to have girls in the house. I remember that. I remember a girlfriend I was dating at the time wouldn't come over. That wasn't great. One day we actually lost the little alligator, and he didn't think it was very much of a big deal. I begged to differ. Finally found it. We found it like way too long afterwards, though. It was not a great situation, and I guess that's like the problem, especially like in like cities and stuff where people bring that stuff home and then they have like nowhere to keep it. Like they're these little alligators. They eventually kind of grow, and a lot of times once they start getting bigger or whatever, they'll I don't even know what people do with it, but I don't know. Do they flush them down the toilet or what? Like to get and it ends up in the sewer systems and yada yada yada. You know what happens next, right? So. There you go. Try not to have nightmares about that. But yes, we had an alligator in college. There you go. I've lived in a house with one. I didn't enjoy it. Did not enjoy it. How about the kids, the 4 Australian kids? This is priceless. This was probably my favorite story of the early week so far. The ages 10 through 14. The oldest was 14. They're back with their parents after packing up some fishing rods, stealing one of their parents' SUVs, and heading out on a 600-mile road trip along the Australian coast. Kids being kids. You think your kid's making your life tough? How about that? 10-year-old, 14-year-old, couple in between. Grab some fishing rods and say, let's take mom and dad's car. We'll go for a long joy ride. That is pretty funny. I never did that. Closest I got to driving a car underage was actually with my grandfather. It's how I learned how to drive. My grandfather let me grab the wheel up in Maine, drive the back roads, drive back from Jim Bob's, the little country store, which was like the only store near us up in Maine, and it was like 15 minutes away or whatever. And he said, "Here, you can drive it back." And I, on it to this day, I think that he had me drive it back because he wasn't feeling well that day, and he probably thought it was safer. But no, he taught me how to drive that day. That's how I learned how to drive. First time, I remember my mother was back home at the lake house, and she was mortified seeing me bring the car in. So that's pretty funny. And what else do we have? And a sad story off Hawaii today. There was we haven't heard where he's from. I don't believe they've released his name, but we do know a 24-year-old from Massachusetts was found dead this morning off the coast of Hawaii. He had all this stuff was just found on the beach. this beach in Hawaii, and they said when, nobody knew what had happened to him. He was last seen sitting on the beach, and but he, I guess, confirmed dead this morning. U.S. Coast Guard confirming that today. 24-year-old Massachusetts man missing since Saturday, found dead off of Hawaii. So sad story there. That's too bad. Let's end this little news segment here to start on the upbeat note. How about the Tom Brady responding to the Twitter troll? Brady's been posting these exercise videos and showing how in shape he is for his age, which is, what is he, 40 now? Pushing 40, 39, 40? Some kid was talking about how he can't believe that Madden, the video game Madden, has Brady at such a small, or how high his level is for running. It's like they had Brady ranked as faster than some guys, and he couldn't believe it. So this kid, I think, not a writer, not a sports guy or anything, but just a football fan or whatever, a Madden fan maybe, kind of calling out Tom Brady, saying how this is just ridiculous how he's ranked higher than all these guys. And Tom Brady writes to this kid whose name is Matt, writes, "Matt, I am so much faster than you, man." And that's what Brady writes to this random kid who I think was in shock and maybe stopped tweeting after that. But a little bit of a Twitter feud, and Tom Brady, who's fairly new to Twitter, with a really good shutdown there. I thought that was just absolutely hilarious. And speaking of old guys in sports, how about Roger Federer? I was devastated this weekend when Roger Federer could not pull out that match versus Djokovic. I like both of those guys. They're both great champions, but Federer also pushing 40. Not sure how many more chances he's going to have at titles, and just loses an epic 5-set match, 5 hours, 5 sets to Novak Djokovic. Federer had 2 points, 2 championship points while serving, and Djokovic, just what a beast he is. Djokovic is able to fight them off and come all the way back to beat Federer. Federer was actually down too, so they both had comebacks of their own, but 2 championship points, just one big serve needed, and you're the Wimbledon champion, Federer, and he couldn't come up with the goods. So give Djokovic credit, he deserves it, but just craziness at Wimbledon. Great tournament though, great match. It was good for tennis, and both of those guys are great champions. They both handled themselves well. So John Moynihan going to come up in just a little bit. This little recap of there a lot happened in the 4 or 5 days since we were away, so I figured we'd catch you up with some headlines there. There's some good ones from today, good ones from the weekend, yada yada yada. Let's do this. We're going to take a break. My name is Drew Moholland. Keep it here. It's Afternoon Drive on Joppa Radio. Welcome back to Afternoon Drive on Joppa Radio. My name is Drew Moholland. Thank you to Tyler and Caleb. Those guys are very funny. You wouldn't believe how many people compliment those two when they come on the show. They go, "I like that segment you do with your producers there. It's very fun." They don't all talk like that, but some of them are very, very complimentary of you boys. So thank you, Tyler and Caleb. John Moynihan in the house. John returning. How are you, man?
Great, Drew. How are you doing? Good to see you again.
Yeah, I know. It's been a little while. You remember how long?
It's got to be at least 3 or 4 months at this point.
I thought so. It always seems like yesterday, but
I know. I agree.
But yes, you haven't changed. You actually you did change a little bit. You got a haircut.
Got a haircut.
Yeah.
Got a haircut. I think the beard's a little more tame.
Yep.
Definitely more gray.
Yep. There you go.
Definitely more gray. But
you look summer fit over there. Good for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I tried to do it too.
Yeah, I mean, I got the Planet Fitness.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I did it for did solid for a good 3 months.
Wow.
And then I was like, well, I'm not. I don't want to do that right now. And then that turned into 1 day, 3 days, 3 weeks. Now it's been like a good month and a half.
There you go. I do the gym thing too. I always think it's going to get me there. It usually does get me there, but it's all about what you eat, though. I find. Yeah,
absolutely. He had like that calorie counter thing too. And that worked for a while too until again I stopped using it.
Stopped doing it. Yeah. It's funny how so much of this is actually on you, right?
I know, but I'm going to blame it on what I eat.
Right. I know. Well, anyway, what's new? I know the answer to that.
Yeah, we got a lot going on. We got a lot going on.
What do you want to say? John, by the way, Firehouse Center, the executive director over there, for those of you who have been there, it is a beautiful spot, as mentioned before the commercial break. But yes, what's going on?
Well, tonight we got an almost sold out show. There's about 10 tickets left for Elin Jewel tonight.
Hurry up.
It's going to be great. No, not bad for a Tuesday night in the middle of the summer.
Beautiful night.
It's a gorgeous night. And then we're doing a great partnership with the Lil Iguana Children's Safety Foundation out of Nashua, New Hampshire. For the past 25 years, they've been putting on this show about teaching the kids from like age 2 to 8 safety between like buckling up, not running across the street, stranger danger, all that good fun, all that good type of stuff, asking permission, all that sort of stuff. So they came to us a couple of years ago and asked us to help them write this new show. So we could start doing like touring productions of it and things like that. So we were lucky enough to work together with Deirdre and John Benzina local staples here in town. Many people listening will know exactly who they are. And they're directing this first like workshop production of it, and we're going to do it this weekend.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah, and then we
Kind
got
of a new territory for you guys, huh?
Yeah, definitely. It's cool to kind of see what new things come our way, what new opportunities come our way.
Who finds you and is like, who's perfect for this?
I think it's just kind of one of those things that over the past, 8-10 years, as the Firehouse's stock has continued to rise, people have just been looking for, a new different place to do things. And us being one of the biggest, the biggest arts organization in town, and one of the many cultural leaders that we have here in town. We feel like we're a pretty natural fit for a lot of these people, and we like to be able to partner with them and do things like that.
Well, that's exciting. How's the summer been overall? You guys been just all out busy?
Yeah, we've been crazy. We just closed Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat at the end of June.
Did you bring Donny Osmond in?
We didn't. We tried. But man, is that guy busy? You'd think.
Right.
I think he and Marie have been touring.
Yeah.
No joke. They really have been.
Yeah.
So they've done that. Then we're closing out the season with Billy Elliot opening on. Am I too close?
Oh, don't worry about him. He's always finagling.
He's like, they don't want to hear that in their ears. They don't like that buzz.
That's right. Derailed.
Yeah, right. So we got Billy Elliot opening on August 9th, and then for the first time ever, actually opening this weekend in Dover, and then coming down to Newburyport in the beginning of August 2nd. We are going to be doing Rocky Horror live.
Oh, wow.
Right on stage.
You can pull that one off, huh?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a lot of fun doing that. We've done the movie for God knows how many years.
Yeah.
So we've done the movie. So this is the first time we're doing the stage show live, and we're partnering with Prescott Park Arts Festival out of Portsmouth, my old stomping grounds.
All right.
And then a brand new theater company out of Boston, Entropy Theater.
How cool.
Yeah, so it's a cool concept. So we're doing 4 shows in Dover, 4 shows down here, 2 shows in Portsmouth, and then 1 down in Boston at Club Cafe.
Wow, I know that place.
Nice.
Good for you guys.
Yeah, so we're excited to be doing that.
That's exciting.
Yeah, and then
Let's take it on the road.
That's exactly what we're doing. And then we got a bunch of concerts still coming up throughout the season. At the end of this season, we got Tyler Hilton of One Tree Hill fame.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Will be here next Tuesday.
Of course. Sorry, big fan.
My wife's a big fan.
Is she?
My wife is a huge fan. She actually can't wait to come see it.
Really?
She's been bugging me. Well, bugging's the wrong term. You know what I mean.
Term.
She has been kindly asking me.
Caleb's out there going.
For the past couple of years, to try and get him. And when I first started working here, I've been working on trying to get him. The schedules just have not worked out.
Yeah.
But finally,
nailed it.
This time we got it to work out. And then we got Howie Day coming back for
Howie
a third
Day.
year.
Yeah, we have had this exact conversation before. What is that one again? What's the Howie Day big?
Collide.
Yeah.
Collide.
How's that go again?
Even the best fall down sometimes.
Thank you. Yeah, that's fantastic.
You know that one? Nice.
There you go. He's a music guy.
There we go. Because I forget who was here.
Lexi, I think.
Yeah, she didn't know anything.
She didn't know any. Yeah, she's some of the stuff she knows shocks me. But then some of the stuff she doesn't know. Yeah, it's very What's Lexi? She's going into college. So how old are you when you go into college?
18 now.
18.
17, 18 in that range.
Collide. You should probably know
I
Collide.
don't think so. She was like an infant when that came out.
Was it that long ago?
Yeah, it was like 2004.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Collide.
Oh yeah.
That was my high school days.
Yeah, I think I was a freshman or sophomore in college when that song came out. Yeah.
Damn.
I know. Time flies. Howie Day.
It's a classic rocker.
Basically, I know we share a love for Dave Matthews.
Yes.
He's 28 years this year.
28. Wow.
28.
Yeah. I saw him in Mansfield a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. How was it?
It's funny. I am very, really disappointed, and I still wasn't disappointed. However, I do set a high bar for him.
Yeah.
And the set list this tour have been great. I watch him.
Absolutely.
And Mansfield, just not a great set list.
I felt the same way. I saw him not this year. This year. I couldn't make it down to Mansfield.
Yeah.
I live in New Hampshire, so
it is
when he goes to Guilford and goes up to Meadowbrook
venue.
Yeah, I'm happy to go see him up there.
Yeah.
I had the same feeling last year when I went to go see him. It just was not. I was like, man.
Which show did you go to last year?
It was his second night.
Of Guilford?
Of Guilford, yeah. Second night up in Meadowbrook. And I was just like, man, I'm just not.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling it today, Dave.
Well, that's the thing. It's because like people always ask, how can you go to so many shows and the same? And it's like, no, it's actually very rarely the same.
Right.
Never the same, really. It's
Right.
always something different, but that leaves the door open for that, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah, it was just kind of like, it's always, you know, they always bring it, but it's, you know, it's always, you're always going to see a polished band who brings energy and tries to deliver, but just set list wise, it's just, for me, it missed the mark. Like even some of like the rarities that he did play. Yeah. I was like, those are the rarities I don't like. Like,
did he play?
Did he play what?
What did he play? Watchtower for you?
Did he play what? No, I don't think he played Watchtower that. Did he have with Watchtower that night? So I've seen Watchtower like a million times, so kind of.
So I've actually never seen Watchtower live.
Oh really?
I've never seen it live.
Oh wow.
But
you know, he did like Ants Marching in the. I know he did Ants Marching,
which is always always a classic.
It is, but for me, that's
You've
a
seen
miss
it
for me.
for 25 years. So you're like, come on, Dave.
Ants Marching is a miss for me. Like when he plays
fair
that
enough.
one, I'm like, and then he did. Like I like Crash too, but like Crash and Crush in the same set list was kind of a little tough.
Yeah.
Like not two of my.
It's like I don't want to go to sleep.
Right.
You know?
And they usually don't put you to sleep, but it's just kind of that was the kind of show it was. It was just kind of like
more of his mellow stuff.
Yeah, I was waiting for the big moment. And
yeah.
But,
my wife doesn't like to stay for encores.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a.
Oh,
I think we found something else that might bug you.
Yeah,
but you didn't say that. I
didn't say. So when we went to his 25th anniversary, we left at the encore, and he played Jimmy Thing for the encore.
Yeah,
I was like, oh,
that's a good one live.
I was like, this is for you.
This is what happens when you.
So I'm walking out like trying to hold back the tears, but
sounds great in the parking lot.
Yeah, exactly. But no, so am I allowed to talk about other radio stations on here?
Yeah. Tyler,
okay,
what's the rule on that? Can we say radio?
I was gonna say
it's
like Sirius. Can I say Sirius?
You can say Sirius.
Okay, cool. So Sirius
it's just happened
during the summer has like a Dave Matthews channel.
Yes, I've heard that.
Yeah. So I was listening to part of the SPAC set this weekend.
Yeah.
So we played Watchtower.
Yep.
Have you ever heard him throw Stairway to Heaven in there?
Oh yeah, I have.
I've never heard that. That was the first time I heard it. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
And they're the same exact chord, so I guess that makes sense. So, but I was like, that's a cool thing for me.
It is. Watchtower's his version of Watchtower I like too. It's not like a difficult version to play. It's like he doesn't go like Hendrix picking on you, but like it's this nice chord progression that he plays. I played at I use that version for the campfire. I like to play
nice.
That, so.
I do that as well.
Yeah, that's the way to get out of it. And people are like, oh, this is the Dave Matthews version apparently.
That's right.
Yes. Well, there you go. If anybody else would like to play Hendrix, that's fine.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just waiting for him, another 25 years for him to level down.
Yeah.
And then we can get him at the firehouse.
Right. That's good. I'm not sure. That might be a tough. Actually, he does do stuff like that.
He does.
Yeah, especially for kind of a lot of the causes that you guys are kind of into.
Yeah, he might. Maybe we can.
Maybe him and Tim, and that's probably a better get. You
that would be
Tim.
That would be great.
The 25-year thing was cool because that's what they did. They did the Tim and oh no, they did the acoustic set at first.
The acoustic set. That I think that was the year before.
Was that? Oh, that was the year before.
Yeah, I think it was the year before they did that because that was really cool. The acoustic set was the first set, and then the full band came on for
Yeah, we'll open for
2
ourselves.
hours. Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Dave Matthews. I opened for myself.
Yes, that was fun. But they were sort of. So I actually went to. I actually have a busy concert weekend up north this weekend. I'm going to Portland for a couple shows.
Okay, who are you going to see?
Going to see Lord Huron on Friday night.
Yes. Are they playing Thompson Point?
Yes.
Nice.
Which I've never actually been to. I hear it's
gorgeous
just general
venue.
admission. Just everybody standing in a field on the water. Is it about
pretty
right,
much?
Yeah.
Pretty much. It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
And then they usually have like a post show concert in one of like the big warehouses that's right there.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I'll be like with the band that played that night.
No, with a different band.
With a different band.
I mean, like I saw Head in the Heart there a few years back.
Oh yeah. Everybody tells me I'd love them. I have not really got into them yet, but
they're good. They have a new album coming out.
Oh.
They have a new album coming out. They've been good at kind of like you know how a lot of times bands, as they try to stay relevant, they change their sound.
Yes.
They've changed their sound, but not so much that it's like you can't tell that it's them.
Yeah. That's good.
Anyway, so what are you going to see this weekend?
So Lord Huron's Friday. I'm going to see one of my favorites, actually, Dispatches on Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
It's their final show of the tour.
Yeah.
Which hasn't really come around here, it's kind of usually they'll end in like Boston because they're, you know.
Yeah, because from there, remember they did their
Last Dispatch.
final show 20 years ago?
That was...
It's like when Fish did their final tour.
That was insane that night at the... I feel like that... I mean, they do everything under the radar. You know, when they were coming up, it was just they refused to do anything commercial and all that. And which is cool, which makes them even cooler now. But they still, like, they're very... You can just like kind of email them and get responses.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of that kind of band.
Yeah,
you know?
and that's a band that has stayed true to themselves.
Yeah,
they never changed their music or anything like that. They've stayed true. Whereas like you have like Guster trying to come back and their music sounds completely different. Yeah, OAR is completely different than they used to be.
That's the one that immediately comes to mind.
Yeah.
That is not the OAR I remember.
No. And have you heard any like recent Mumford and Sons?
No, you know, I never got sold on them. I actually gave them a legit chance too, and I was just kind of like, they're fine.
Yeah, I enjoyed it because of the banjo and all that sort of stuff. No banjo anymore. Really? Now they're just trying to be a regular, you know, sort of pop band. It's like, but that's kind of what made you think. Like you were kind of bluegrassy.
Yeah, the lead singer did that thing with like Elvis Costello and was that the Dylan tapes or the Basement tapes or
Basement tapes?
Yeah, like that stuff was pretty cool.
Yeah, Basement tapes was pretty cool.
Kind of tough not to with that group of musicians.
Seriously,
but
I know. I remember when that first came out. I was still at the festival, and I was like, man, this is good.
Yeah, I did Levitate Festival this weekend. Did you see that at Marshfield?
I did see it.
It's
wasn't Head in the Heart there?
No, well, I don't think so.
I think they might. What do I know?
I think they would have jumped out at me. They weren't there Sunday. I went Sunday. But,
gotcha.
I know they had Tedeschi trucks on Friday.
Oh God, those guys.
I would have loved to have gone to that. Just Friday was a tough one. Yeah. Saturday they had who was their Saturday headliner? Oh, I can't think of the Saturday headliner. But Sunday they had like Michael Franti and Damian Marley. I actually went for one of the earlier acts. The Wood Brothers. You ever seen the Wood Brothers?
Oh yeah.
I'm a big Wood Brothers fan.
I love them.
They're fantastic.
They're coming to Portsmouth. They're going to Prescott Park.
Yes, I saw that there soon, right? Like in a couple.
Yeah, a couple weeks.
Yeah, it's funny. I saw that and I said, "Oh, I hear that's a cool venue there. We should go." And then they're actually playing.
You should.
They're playing a little like my wife's family has a house in Maine and like they're in Leamington, but it's like I think Brownfield. Yeah. And I was like, wait, they're playing Brownfield?
Yeah. So that's a really cool.
You been there?
No, but I know of it.
Yeah,
I know of it. So the woman who runs it is an old like record producer herself. Yeah. So like as she was going through like tours and things like that, she always talked about Stone Mountain.
Stone Mountain, that's it.
Yeah. She would always hear about like people like what they wanted in the green room, stuff like that. But it's like a 200-seat venue.
Yeah,
it's super small. She can pay good amount of money because you can charge a good amount of money. People will drive up for it. And she has the coolest green room.
Really?
The coolest green room ever. It has like a ping pong table, foosball.
So musicians love going there.
Musicians love it.
Yeah.
And I think she either has a bakery or she bakes it herself. But she always says she has like a custom cake.
Wow.
Made for each of the bands. I mean, so they love going. I mean, one of the biggest parts of getting people to come back and come to your venue is how you treat them.
Yeah, make them feel loved.
Exactly. They'll come back for a fraction of the price if you make them feel good.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because they actually took the stage the other day. And they said after like the first song, he goes, "Wow, this is cool." You know, they're kind of like folky / hipster, but
I would say they're fairly folky.
Yeah, they're very folky, but yeah, they just kind of get that like laid back vibe. And he says something along the lines of, "Hey, we'd like to thank all you guys. It's great, really cool festival, and really would like to thank the organizers. They take care of you and they take care of us. We've really been feeling that back here." So it's funny. I bet they seem like a band who probably really respects that.
They do. I mean, again, these guys are touring 200 nights a year.
And they're one of those bands who hasn't they've made it, but they're not like getting all this radio play. So it's like they're still kind of grinding in a lot of ways. So I'm sure they've had some experience that weren't so great.
Sure. Well, I mean Oliver's a guitar player. Was in Medeski, Martin and Wood. So he's been doing this for forever before the two of them.
How old is he?
Is he
probably 50s?
No. I'd probably say early 40s.
Early 40s?
Okay. 40s, yeah.
He's definitely got that, it's tough to tell with the long hair and the grizzly beard. He all protects himself
He's
up
weathered.
He's weathered.
He's weathered.
There you go. So he's not 50. All right.
Yeah, no, I don't think he's that old.
We were guessing.
I could be completely wrong.
I meant to look it up at the show the other day because my wife and I were talking about it.
Yeah.
His brother looks probably 40s, though. They were actually brothers, right?
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
Yeah, Chris and Oliver, and then the drummer.
The drummer, who's they refer to as like their other brother or something like that.
Exactly. Yeah. They're all super cool, which is great. Like there've been a couple times where they played the festival up in Portsmouth.
Yeah.
And one night one of their shows rained out
Yep.
So we moved them over to the South Church.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, right in town. And man, you would have thought the floor was gonna cave in.
Really?
Yeah. And then one thing I really love about small venues like that, what I really love about our venue,
Yeah.
let's bring it back around.
There you go.
See
Nice
that?
circle back. Yeah.
Is that a lot of times with these bands is that when they are feeling the show and they're feeling intimate like that, they'll unplug for that last song and play it completely acoustic.
Yep.
That was one of the most special nights.
Did they do the Muse? Or was that before the Muse?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. They may have done. I think they might have done Luckiest Man.
Luckiest Man. They did that the other day. Yeah, that's great when the three of them just stand up in front of the stage. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it is. And so they completely unplugged. They told the audience to shh, like, be quiet.
Yeah.
So they did that. We had like when Suitcase Junket came through us a couple times. When Yonder Mountain came through last year, because they had to be moved inside. They did their encore completely unplugged.
Nice.
It was really cool. It's like it's one of those things where you're like, I'm paying these guys an ungodly amount of money.
Yeah.
But this is really cool. It's gonna make a memory for people.
This is worth it. That's what you want. Again, John Moynihan here from the Firehouse, and as usual with this show, we end up diverting away from a lot of your Firehouse stuff. That's why you said we need a podcast. We mentioned that last time.
I know. Well, I've talked to Sarah about it. I'm actually going to see if I can get some recording equipment that we just kind of have around the office.
Yeah.
So that we can just kind of record our daily goings on.
Yeah, we could use the equipment here. I'm sure Sarah would be cool. She likes little projects like that.
That's what she had said. I asked her the other day. I saw her in the mayor's office. I was like, hey, can I borrow some stuff? She's like, yeah.
There you go.
Cool.
Yeah, and even here, she'd probably let you just walk right in here if you wanted.
Well, we talked about that too. Yeah. But I think part of what would make what we're doing kind of cool is kind of like the behind the scenes look of what it really takes. To put on that sort of stuff. There's a lot of swearing.
Yeah, that's good.
We can't be on radio.
You can't swear here.
I know.
Yeah. Although that's actually happened recently too.
Has it? You have to dump some stuff.
It's funny. Well, you always know it's funny. Usually in the music, the musicians are good about not taking the swears out of their songs.
Yeah.
They're in. It's when you get them off script and you're talking about stuff.
Yeah.
Like we had one issue recently where we had not husband and wife, but I think fiance. I don't think they were married yet, but they're musicians playing together.
Yeah.
I think I was talking about obnoxious fans.
Yeah.
Specifically with his wife.
Yeah.
And that got him going a little bit. And I was like, oh boy.
That's a good gosh.
It was funny. It was very funny. But
speaking of musicians, I actually think you're having Tyler Hilton.
I think you're right.
I think he's coming on Tuesday. I think
I'm going to have to look. Yeah, Tuesday is it? I'm going to have to look at the old book. But yeah, it's coming right up.
A week from today.
Yes. How do you know about this? Tyler's notified you?
I saw Sarah.
Oh. Sarah. Yes.
Did I spill the beans a little too early?
No, I don't mind. I don't mind. I don't have my book in front of me, so I just wasn't sure.
It's next Tuesday. Next Tuesday.
Cool. Well, that's good. Should be great.
Yeah, he's gonna. I think you'll have a lot of fun with him.
Yeah, I don't. I'm excited about that. I think actually Sarah put us in touch. I believe. I've never met him before, so.
Nor have I.
Nor
have I.
My wife, come in and
my wife. Well, I'm gonna see him that night. My wife's gonna fangirl all over him. It's gonna be awesome.
Really?
Yeah, she's a huge. Like my wife.
She should come in. We have said that you can. It's kind of like a nice little environment. We could have more people in.
I'll see. It all depends on the kids.
Should do work. Say hello to this. Say hello to your wife. It'll be good. Bring it in.
She would love.
Bring the kids.
No.
Not a chance.
Not if you want the stuff to be working by the time.
Tyler's like, I can't work like that.
Yeah, exactly. Tyler just walk out.
What are the kids' ages again?
7, 4, and 1.
Okay, yeah. Keep the kids wherever they're.
Yeah, I don't know. I actually got to talk to them. I don't know what they're doing next week. Not a clue.
There you go. Well, it's Tuesday, don't you know?
I've got 1 week to figure that out.
It's going to be Tuesday.
It is going to be Tuesday.
All right. So then the show is later that night, though?
7 o'clock show. 7 o'clock show next Tuesday.
Whoever booked that stuff is just great with the organization. It's just structured. It makes all sense. It's fantastic.
I think his management reached out to you guys.
Yeah, well,
for him.
I'm sure, but I give my team credit too. That's
yes, of course. It was
Tyler. Good work.
Yep. Well, he saw someone with the same name. Was like, there's very few of these.
Yes, we need.
So I'm gonna.
And all Tylers who play music. Tyler's a great musician. You know that?
Are you? What do you play?
Guitar. Yeah. He actually came on the old show and sang recently.
That's a swear word. That part.
I didn't hit this.
Which I just did over there. Now,
Yes,
now that's
now
all.
you're
Sorry, Sarah, I got to dump that.
Yeah, she'll be fine. Yeah, he came on and had a nice little performance here.
Oh, nice.
He was talking about how he did a dark and depressing song. And he thought it was a bad choice when it was over. And I said, no, I like the dark and depressing.
Nice.
That's where I like.
Maybe next time I'll bring my guitar and I'll play some.
You
play some Watchtower.
There you go.
We can have dueling guitars.
That's right. I played Watchtower on your guitar before, I think.
Nice.
What? Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I like that one. I like 41's one of my favorites.
Yeah. 41's
super simple.
Yes, it is. I do mess around with the crash thing a little bit too, just because it's fun to get your fingers trained in that regard.
Yeah.
But it's tough to remember all that.
I
stuff.
can't pick.
Yeah,
for the life
I'm a
of me.
chord player too.
Yeah, me too.
Tyler could hack some of that stuff.
Yeah. Same with piano. I
Yeah.
can't. I play the wide, the octave for the low end, and the chords for the exactly.
I always say I wish my dad's like a musician. He's had a band since high school.
Nice.
That's how he made a living, and I wish he always never wanted to push me with it.
Yeah.
Always sports, little league, that sort of thing. I wish he forced me to sit down at a piano and learn when I was young.
Yeah.
I would have hated it at the time, but would have loved it now.
I loved it now.
Yeah.
It's a good party trick.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
That's fine. All right. So what do we got? We get let's recap again because I know you got a bunch of events. What do people need to know here? You got 10 tickets left for tonight.
10 tickets left for tonight. Elin Jewell, Tyler Hilton coming next Tuesday. Pat McGee Band. Remember Pat McGee?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Pat McGee Band's coming next Friday.
Yep. This weekend show.
Yep, for weekend show. This right before Yankee Homecoming, so the craziness before the craziness.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
You guys doing a bed race? You gonna do a
no, we're not doing it. But I didn't get myself my act together this year. I said we'd do it next year.
Slacker.
I know.
How old are your kids again?
7, 4, and 1. Almost 8.
Now you're out of it.
Yeah, exactly. And then this weekend we got the Lil Iguana Live.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And then Billy Elliot, August 9th. Rocky Horror, August 2nd, 3rd, at midnight.
Good memory.
Come with all your...
Doing that with no notes. Good for you.
Hey.
It's your life.
It's what was it? Is it Seinfeld? Steel Trap.
Oh, Steel Trap. Right. I was going to drop...
Oh, no, The Vault. It was the Vault. Once it goes in the vault.
Yes. Like Kramer's automatic alarm there.
Yeah, exactly.
Did I ever even get to the Seinfeld line? I asked you guys if you watched Seinfeld, and you both looked at me like, no, and I was like, what? And then I didn't get to it. What were we talking about?
I watched Seinfeld.
Yeah, kind of. But what were we talking about when I was saying the Seinfeld thing? Do you remember?
We moved on to Family Matters.
I know.
Also great. Also great show.
I was saying I kind of missed it. I don't know. It's like it was there with reruns, but never like.
Yeah, it was a good show. Growing Pains.
Yeah. We were talking Fresh Prince.
Full House.
Classic. Full House classic.
Full House.
I love Full House. I probably saw all those Full Houses.
Oh yeah.
Great TV back in the
early 90s.
Early 90s. Nothing better. Great theme songs to those.
What was that?
Great theme songs.
Oh yeah.
They don't make theme songs like that anymore.
They don't. I think the best theme song on TV right now is Family Guy.
Family Guy. Yeah. I like Family Guy. I'm not like invested. I just don't have time.
Yeah, my brother-in-law's really into it. I mean,
my dad's really into it.
Yeah. I don't watch it live anymore.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's
that guy's a talented dude.
He's so talented. Seth MacFarlane.
Seth MacFarlane.
Yeah.
Local guy. Rhode Island.
Yeah.
Good man.
So funny story. Do you have like 30 seconds?
Like
19.
Go.
Oh gosh, funny story. My old boss, his father-in-law, used to ran Kent School, which is where Lois Griffin is based off of. Done.
Wow, good job. Way to condense it. John Moynihan, always a pleasure. Have fun these next couple of weeks. Maybe we'll see you Tuesday. Thank you, Tyler. Thank you, Caleb. My name's Drew Moholland. We'll see you Thursday. Afternoon Drive, Joppa Radio.